I'm going to show you how you can get your in-house appointment setters, BDMs, whatever you want to call them, to generate consistent and qualified appointments for your B2B business. So number one is, what's the offer? So what makes them get out of bed? Is that a free sample service? Is that a free site visit? Is that a free energy assessment? Can you give a sample product? Whatever it is, it needs to be interesting enough to put their ears up and entertain a conversation with you. Number two is, who are you reaching and how do you get their details? So data platforms, for example, I would recommend Cognism, Lucia are some good platforms. And who are you targeting? So who has the inherent pain point for what your solution solves? So for example, solar, high energy costs, or a company that uses a lot of carbon, might want to decarbonize a little bit. You can look at care homes, engineering firms, manufacturing, that sort of thing. And then you want to look at the decision makers for who is relevant in this process. So energy managers, sustainability managers, if you want to go for a tendering process, or MDs, financial directors, that sort of thing. Next of all, once you have your list, you want to look at the mechanism. So how do they even hear from you in the first place? Now, if you want to reach them through email, then I would recommend Instantly or Smart Lead. If you want to reach out via calls, I recommend Close or Go High Level. I wouldn't recommend just calling from your number or emailing one-to-one. Feel free to DM me if you are doing that currently or have any issues with that. Qualification, so how do you even know if they're a good fit? Well, you ask them. So first of all, if you're speaking to them on the phone, do they have a need for what your solution solves? Like I said before, do they have high energy costs? Do they have decarbonization, or do they have a need for sustainability? If one of those is true, then fair enough, they go on to the next stage. But if not, if there's not a pain point there, then you cannot create urgency. There's enough prospects in the world for you to just find the people who need what you sell. Simple as that. So you go on to the next stage. Are they open to hearing about how your product service solves what their issue is? If yes, then are they ready to have a chat about it? If yes again, then they book you in. Bonus point here is increasing your show rate. So if you want to increase your show rate, use Calendly Pro. That's going to send them automated text messages and emails before the meeting, so that at the very least, they're going to let you know that they're not going to show, so you don't waste your time. But the pros are that they're going to be top, you're going to be top of mind, and it's also going to increase your show rate. Number 5 is KPI. So this is very, very important, because if you don't know the numbers, then how are you supposed to know where your bottlenecks are and where you can improve in the process? So number 1 is how many outbound messages or dials is going on. If there's not enough volume, then there's just not going to be enough volume of interactions. Number 2 is, what's the pickup rate? So how many people are picking up the phone? If that's less than 20%, then I'd look at the data platform and change data platforms or change the lists, that sort of thing. And number 3 is conversation. So how many of those pickups are turning into conversations? If that's really low, then it's an issue with the introduction phase. So making sure that your setup is interesting enough or creating enough curiosity to the point of which the customer wants to hear them out. From conversations, how many appointments are being booked, and that's just a testament to how well your appointment setter is selling the appointment, and that might also be an offer issue. So your offer might just not be good enough for the prospect. So hope this was helpful. Feel free to reach out to me. We do outsourced appointment setting. So if you need more appointments on the calendar, don't necessarily have the time or bandwidth to train up an appointment setter, or they're just not getting good enough results, feel free to reach out to me and I can help there. Cheers.